Things might be getting a little rowdier today, but guys, I'm telling you, you'll all be fine. Let's go kicking off with number one, right triangle proportionality theorem. All right. This states here when we have this altitude line that starts at this angle and runs directly cutting this side into two sides. Well, guess what? It also creates a couple of triangles inside of our larger one, but this side will now become proportionate with this side. Oh my goodness, and what else can we do? Here's what I'm going to really work on you with here. Well, first of all, we know that this entire side length originally was 25 until our altitude came and split it into two sides, one being 16, the other being, great job. How did we get to 9? 25 minus 16 gave us 9. Now, here's what I'm also going to do. All right, this blue line, well, I'm going to add this in here. And that's also going to be represented by an X. All right, so now we have our short side in red over our long side in blue. So we will set this up as 9 over X equals, and again, we will do that. Oh, our short side is red. Sorry, let me switch to my pen, and then we'll set that over its longer side of, great job, 16. From here we will simply just cross multiply, and x times x is going to give us, great job, x squared. 9 times 16, well, 1090, 54, so that should be 144. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Also, if any of my students leave a friendly comment, well, guess what? I will exempt you from one assignment because no one is yet to leave a friendly comment. I appreciate the kind comments in class, though. So this is 12. Also, this is 12 because the smaller triangle and this larger triangle, they share a same side. All right, so I want you to try one on your own. Two, I don't even think we really covered much in class, but don't sweat it. We're going to dominate. All right, over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little A in red, and then I'm going to draw our line in blue. Now I'm chopping this to the same reason because it goes just with it. I'm also going to add in our 90 because if we have a 90 here, well, a straight line is 180, so this definitely makes this 90. I'm also going to put a blue here. Now, something that some of you guys should know, but we may have just learned today, directly across from that 90-degree angle, all right, that's going to be our hypotenuse, and this is going to be the key player in the game today. Now, we can also label this side then our B side in red. All right, now when we set this up, the first thing we want to do is we want to solve for A. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 36 in red. Ooh, that's a little large. Let me calm that down a little bit. All right, and we will set that over our blue side of A. And then we will set that equal to our red A here over our blue 64, because short over long equals short over long. And from here we will cross multiply. This will be kind of like an odd stepper, but it's fun. A times A is A squared. 36 times 64, oh my goodness, send me to the calculator. And let's just go ahead and do that. 36 times 64, what does it equal, guys? 2304. Great work to my cast and crew, dominating. We will take the square root of each side in order to get that A by itself. You see how that works? Boom, equals square root of 2304. Second, x squared. 2304 equals 48. So now that we know that this is 48 and this is 48, well, now what we can do is play a little game of a squared plus b squared equals c squared. All right, so usually I like to go red, blue, green with this, but let's just go a squared plus b squared, since it's in red, equals, in green, c squared. All right, don't mean to cut any other problem. That's 48. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm actually just going to put in 48 squared instead of going right in the step down. 2304. Mr. Richards, we just did that. I know. I am forgetful. Plus our b squared of 36. So 36, and then again, I'm going to hit x squared right here, hit enter. 1296. And we're going to set that equal to c squared. Next thing we need to do is combine like terms. All right, so 1296 plus 2304. That's going to give us 3600. Let me highlight this in orange just so you guys can see where that 3600 comes from. And we will do 3600 equals c squared, and again we will take the square root of each, giving us c by itself, and this should be 60 equals c, and now we have our answer. I know I kind of took a lot, but it's really not too difficult. I think you guys will be fine with that. I wanted to cover one more with you guys. I think it might have been number let's see. What number shall we do? All right, let's do 8 together. And again, I'm going to put in our little dash blue on this side just to kind of represent it for you. I'm going to make that our 90. I think my straight line just comes out a little cleaner. Nope, not too clean, but that's also a 90. All right, we're going to call this our B side. We'll call this our A side, and we know that directly across is our, great job, C side. Oh my goodness, I wish it was C side. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm trapped in the downstairs office on an old wooden chair that's not the most comfortable. All right, so we'll do A squared plus B squared equals C squared. All right, we know our A is what? 36, and if we square that 36, we get 1296. Thankfully, it's still up there for us. So that's our A squared plus our B squared, but we don't know what B is, so we'll just leave it as B squared equals C squared. Well, C is 60, and if we square that, we get 3600. Sorry about my writing there. Not the best. All right, we need to get B squared by itself. Well, if we subtract 1296 from each side, that will permit that to happen. Our B squared simply comes down equals 3600 minus 1296 gives us 2304. Yes, we're using a lot of perfect squares for the activity. Let's get comfortable with it. B equals 2304 second x squared. Yes, I already forgot, Mr. Richards, what happened to your mind. I don't know. I think I left it in high school. Is that high school, Billy? Yes, that's from Billy Madison. Well, if that's 48, this is also 48. And now we can figure out our proportions here by simply using our A over B. So we'll do 36, which is our short side, over our long side of 48. Sorry, I like to use my colors. I know, Mr. Richards, you're a little color crazy. Yes, I can be. 48 over X. Again, that's the short side over the long side. And from here, what do? We simply cross multiply. I don't like that one. I need to use a bigger one. It's just going to drive me nuts mentally. I know, I'm a little crazy. That's going to equal 36X. We'll set that equal to, let's get the highlighter out, do purple, 48 times 48 or 48 squared. Is that what 2304 is? Yes, it sure is. Equals 2304. And if we divide each side by 36, So divided by 36, we get 64. X equals 64. And we finally have an answer. And if we do 8, that should assist us with, oh goodness, I'm not even too sure, number 9. Use 8's model for 9. But guys, go ahead, do your best on this. Hey, Nike, I wear the kicks too. What's the slogan? Just do it. Let's go. Do it. Do it.